Yeah.
What's funny comedy?
Big ups to all the greatest comics. Today we paying homage. Red cup sunglasses and the latest garments. Big laughter and deep convo. Talk shit, but we keep it hundo. Big city like a beef combo with peppers. House music and Uncle Steppers. Cussing aunties, ripping stages to running companies. We on the grind, nothing comfy. I got time if you wanna front me. Mindy B, Shawn Morgan, KB. Legendary shit like Fields and KG. Major platforms, we airing in HD. New comics and some my season is Bay Leaf. Gotta know the vibe, Chicago is State Street. Platform where ghetto, blessings and grace meet. Peace.
What's funny today? I can tell that my people got something to say. I don't care if you hate, I'm stunned anyway.
What's funny today show?
I'm a stun anyway, yeah. What's funny today? I can tell that my people got something to say. I don't care if you hate, I'm stunned anyway.
What's funny today show?
I'm stunned anyway.
Hey, it's so good to be back with y'all family here at the What's Funny Today show for this recap episode. It's your girl, Mindy B. I'm in the host seat. My job is so easy, man, because my cast is so amazing. They have done so much hard work. They have done a great job all season. The season has really flown by because we've been having such a blast. But today, it's about you guys and us. So look, head to the chat right now because we're about to peel back all the layers of this season, talk about how much fun we've had, but we want to hear from y'all. Y'all are the what and the why behind what we do, why we do what we do. We're going to make this a party thing, man, and going forward, we are committed to being in the chat with y'all. Y'all been looking for me. I'm going to be in the chat.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Chat.
I'm going to be in the chat. Comedy girlfriend going to be in the chat. We already talked about it. Let's get up for her. She on set.
Chilling.
Let's make this a thing. Let's make this a networking thing, man. Y'all interact with us. Comedians, if y'all watching, let us know what shows y'all got going on. We'll shout y'all out. In return, can we get a like? Can we get a share? Like, we can really make this thing grow and build, man. And like I said, y'all the most important part. So let's party on the chat today, y'all. We're going to get this show started. Got to give my main man some flowers, man.
All right.
Got to give my main man some flowers. We've done 4 seasons of this show. We've had some iconic, legendary voices, man. As y'all know, he's Rel's former manager. We got the festival coming up. We got some key important dates brought to you, as always, by this gentleman. So, man, K-Beck, man, we appreciate you.
Thank you,
job.
Mindy. I appreciate it.
Clap it up for you.
Appreciate the claps. Appreciate them claps.
Facts.
It's been a run. I think we started episode 1. I felt like we shot episode 1 in January of 25. And so we're about 15 months in, 40 or so episodes in, might be missing 1 or 2. It's been a good run. And I'm super excited to recap the season because sometimes we just moving, we going, but kind of taking a look back.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see what everybody else gonna say too, because we've been having a great time. I want to hear that they've been having a great time too, and we have been. It's been so many people saying, "Keep going, like keep doing it."
Yeah,
and that's why we here. So, man, my guy, man, I'm team this guy all day. Period. If you ask me, I'm standing behind this guy like a soldier in war, man.
Resident.
Period. Resident home comedian. What is a show? What is a podcast without an opinion? We probably wouldn't have a podcast if we was all yes men. And how boring is that for y'all to just sit here and listen to, oh, I agree. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of information on this podcast, but we want an opinion. We want something different. And that's what he gives us. And a lot of times you can listen to him and disagree at first. I know I have. But later on, I'm like, man. He like, yay, I kind of get it. You know what I'm saying? So let's give it up for Shawn Morgan, 26 years in the game. 26 years in the game. Let me add Bad Boys of Comedy, Comic View, Miller's Competitions, you name it. He's done it. It's just far from an amateur. Who's got jokes?
He's never lost.
Yeah. Far from an amateur, man.
Like, man before his years. He's before his time.
It may sound like Cap.
Yes.
Man, Google.
But we know it's not.
Google. Let's Google Shawn Morgan, period. Man, this guy right here, man. What would these clips be? What would this production be? Where would this show be without this guy?
That's real.
He's working on multiple platforms and podcasts, not just this one. Sports Unplugged, Corner Convo, you already know. Sports Unplugged is with Leon Rogers. Corner Convo podcast.
Get together. It's okay.
Shout out to Abasi. Shout out to Abasi. They doing a
Abasi,
great
what up?
job. Man, and this show, man, bringing to life. So it's a way other avenues that he could be doing, but he takes his time to pour into us and produce these shows and this content. So we got to give it up for Media Money, Mine.
There we go.
Hey.
Player coach.
Up front and personal with the cast. So like I said, we in the chat. It's a party this Sunday night. We in the chat.
Yes.
Y'all can find us. We accessible. So let's do this thing right. Let's build this network, get this show started. So
Mindy, can I kick it off?
yes, absolutely.
Shawn Morgan, resident.
What's up, resident?
I'm curious, bro. So out of the 41 or so episodes we've done, you probably been in about 34 or so. I know we missed a few over the year, but you've been in most of them. I'm curious, what do you think about podcasting? I think this is kind of your first real go. You might have done some podcasts, but your first real go, consistently being a part of a podcast over these many episodes. You definitely catch your shots. People that don't know you as well could think you're capping, right? Because your opinions are different than theirs. They don't necessarily know you. They don't know the history, etc. And I'm sure if I'm in your position, I'm sure I would feel a way about this shit. I'm curious, how's podcasting kind of changed your life? And then, like, what are your feelings today as you sit thinking about the most recent conversation that's been happening online that we'll jump into?
So I know anything I do is going to carry a certain level of controversy because I'm not a conformist, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell people all the time that if it makes sense, I'm usually for it. I'm not an overly emotional person. So I don't, like some people are very emotional people. And so I tell people emotions cloud judgment, right? So it's as simple as when I was a kid, Scottie Pippen was my favorite player, right? And I tell everybody knew that. I modeled my game after. I tried to shoot like him. I wore his jerseys. And that's non-negotiable, right? Who my favorite is who my favorite is.
Who your favorite.
But I knew who was better. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
There was another nigga on the team that was better, but he wasn't my favorite. And I think that sometimes people confuse your favorite with it's supposed to be everyone's favorite, right? And so when I say things on this show, I try to argue with as much logistics as possible, right? And I try to word things in a way that's friendly. I try not to be overly critical or overly whatever. And I think that it do take a toll on me because the main thing that bothers me that I seen, like, and this it's funny, but it's not. A nigga with 3 followers, literally, 3 followers, says to me, I see why you've never gone anywhere. And because you only have 3 followers, you're not addressable. You're addressable now because I'm showing the ridiculousness of it, right? So whether people look at me as I'm famous or whatever, 14K followers, not a lot. Not especially by today's standards. But who are those people? You'll be surprised by the blue checks. So when I say things comedically, if you notice, you don't really see heavier tiered people go against anything that I say. They either leave it alone out of respect or they behind me, right? So not saying only low-level niggas take their shots. Like, Toure takes shots, but we have friendly banter anyway.
Man, calling
we
names today, huh?
No, I'm just saying.
Friendly exchange.
We go back and forth anyway.
Yeah.
So that's nothing out the norm. We talk shit about Madden. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? So a person like Toure getting in the comments, I instantly laugh because I'm like, I know this nigga gonna automatically say some shit. But it's the people comedians who got 300 followers, 1,200 followers. To who is this nigga? Like, if you don't know who I am at this point and phase in my life and your life, that's more of a you thing than a me thing. And it's not trying to sound arrogant. It's not trying to sound combative. But I have worked 20-some years to solidify a brand. And that brand is, you may not like him, but you can't say the nigga ain't funny.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So to have these comedians and they like, I get it, man. Like, if I never met Dave Chappelle, right? If I never met Dave Chappelle, or if I haven't met a lot of these people, I probably would be equally enamored, right? But I'm a nigga that's been around all these niggas. So I look at them as co-workers, right? So I don't have the same fancy as everybody else do. I look at niggas like, if we all hooping, I look at it like this nigga hooping with me, nigga. Like, recognition doesn't define competency. It doesn't define a lot of things. If you are a comedian who no one knows, that don't mean you're not funny. Just because everybody know you don't mean that you are. It just means you're more known or less known. But it has nothing to do with your skill set. And so it was a lot of attacking of me because they didn't know who I was, but check my skill set. I'm a comedian that literally, since I began my career, I have been a finalist or won every competition I've ever been in 100% of the time over a span of 20 years. So if you don't know, that's because you never made it to the finals or you weren't in that competition. You did not qualify. Right? So that's the thing that bothered me. If we're going to be having conversations or we're going to do whatever, I try to be as respectful to everybody as possible, right? I don't question who the fuck y'all are. And I've been in rooms that most people will never be in. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we just need to keep it on that. And it's as easy as saying one word different. Instead of making anybody a GOAT or whatever, just say this nigga's my favorite.
Yeah.
No one can ever question that, right? If you say LeBron James is my favorite player, nobody can argue with that.
Yeah.
But if you like this nigga better than this nigga, like, come on, G.
Shout out to everybody who was on there respectfully, though. Like, it was a few respectful.
Have we talked about what we're
opinions.
talking about yet? Because
no,
I see where you're going. Do y'all want to go there now?
Why not?
All right. So the clip is about Shawn's opinion on Dave Chappelle being the GOAT, right? It's another viral clip. This is what we do. We go viral, people. Like, we have opinions, as you said. That's what we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the blue checks come in because his opinion is respected, right? And everybody else is going to have an opinion. That's cool. The clip goes viral, and people, I'm reading the comments, and people are saying, obviously, who are you? But more importantly, are you calling him a six man? Like, no, just look at the analogy for a minute and think about what he's actually saying, right? Doesn't mean he's right or wrong, but there's an argument to be made.
Fact.
And if you look at Dave Chappelle's career, according to what Shawn said, it can hold up in court.
It can. It really can.
Well, this is my thing. Like, people said it was hating.
Yeah, it was a lot of hate.
Yeah, people said it was hating. And there's no human being that I feel jealous of to where I would have to hate, right? Because I feel like I had a pretty solid success is what you interpreted yourself.
Yes.
Right? So when it comes to like the hating comments and whatever, I argue in fact, right? People, I'm a person who I'm really a fan of comedy and have been for most of my life. I follow people that niggas never heard of that I felt like should have been famous. Franklin Ajaya, different niggas that I know people.
And hang with them too.
Right? And I'm just saying, as not even as a comedian, I'm saying I was a fan before I ever touched the microphone.
Got you.
Right? So now I'm lucky enough to be friends with Bernie Mac's daughter in the Def Jam era. So now I get to see this shit from a different perspective. I get to see her clothes changing, right? I get to see her come from a regular ass car to now for Sweet 16, a Benz type shit. Like I'm watching success from a different set of lenses than most people, right? So now when I say, okay, I want to do comedy, I want to get into it, now I'm even deeper into my studies, right? Now, this is the ironic part about the Dave Chappelle shit, the backlash that I'm getting. I have been a fan of that man before most niggas even knew who he was.
But nobody even
I
hearing
remember
that.
showing my niggas on the block on VHS, nigga. Hey, man, this nigga funny as hell. They like, man, G, get that goofy ass shit up out of here, boy. Right? But I like crossover comedy. I like Larry Miller. I like Dennis Miller. I like Ellen DeGeneres before her talk show. I like Lisa Lampanelli and all these different, not Lisa Lampanelli. That's different. I ain't gonna go there. But there were people that I was fans of. Roseanne before her show. Andrew Dice Clay. Like I watched all comedy, all facets of it. So I was well aware who Dave Chappelle was. So by the time he got to Nutty Professor, by the time he was in Robin Hood, Men in Tights, I'm a Mel Brooks fan, nigga. Most of y'all niggas don't even know who Mel Brooks is. And I am a fan. I love this nigga movies from Blazing Saddles to all the way to Spaceballs. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you're talking to a person who's experienced in two ways. As a fan looking at it and from being inside and having the privy of being inside of it, right? So when I seen Dave Chappelle and I was defending a Chappelle, when niggas was saying Chris Rock was the GOAT of black, non-black comedians, because this is what, he was the black mainstream comedian, right? Chris Rock was that nigga, bigger and blacker and all this shit. I'm like, nah, Chappelle kind of funny too, bro. You know, the nigga's cerebral. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is shit I said 30-something fucking years ago, right?
But other people
So I've been a fan. When Half Baked came out, I seen it. When all these other shit, when Blue Streak and all these movies was in there, I laughed my ass off. Bro, funny as hell. Now, Chappelle's show come out, makes everybody fans, right? Chappelle's show comes out, now everybody fans. Now everybody capping and acting like they all like been on board the whole time.
Bandwagon.
Yep.
But I remember being called a whole ass goofy for liking this nigga in the 90s. But now when you like him, and now not just do you like him, but you like, I'm going to propel him further than your opinion of him. Now I've somehow become the asshole. I've been this nigga fan. When you niggas didn't even know the fuck he was. I was right there with him.
Shawn, I get that. And I respect that. I think where the disrespect, quote unquote, in the clip came from, and it was an analogy.
The 6 man.
You call him motherfucker 6 man. So I can see you saying you ain't disrespecting him, but no nigga really hoops to be the 6 man. That might be the role you go into. That might be the role you become a star in.
Can I explain that?
You absolutely can.
Okay, so the 6 man analogy. People took that as hating. Kobe Bryant was a 6 man. He didn't start.
James Harden.
Yeah, he didn't start. These niggas is Hall of Famers, right? So when I say 6 man, it wasn't meant to be disrespectful. But at the same time, we're not going to cap. We're not going to say that Chappelle came later, right? I came after an era. He existed during an era. He existed during Def Jam. He existed during Comic View. No one was calling him the GOAT then.
That's the part.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody was like, oh, Chappelle is whatever. So I call him a 6 man because it took him a little time. He was Kobe, right? It took him a little time to get his shit off. Never did I say anything disrespectful. I even said in the analogy that a 6 man on a basketball team would out-hoop any nigga on the streets. I said that.
You got to be the GOAT and at 2, 3, 4, 5 years in, or can you develop into the GOAT?
I think you could develop into a GOAT. However, in his era, on his watch, after the Chappelle show, who was niggas saying in the early 2000s was the funniest nigga? Funniest nigga.
Early
at that
2000s.
time,
Cat fucking Williams was the funniest man on earth.
I was going to say Jamie Foxx.
No, on the stand-up side,
Yeah.
Everybody was on cat nuts. This was the best comedian.
What was that?
I
Pimp
literally
Chronicles?
seen it. Funniest
Pimp
man
Chronicles.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funniest man
Yeah, that
alive.
was the
Funniest nigga in the
Chronicles.
world. Funniest. Cat Williams had that shit right here on Dave's watch. Right? When did you ever, when Jordan was playing, say, oh, no, Jordan ain't the GOAT, this nigga is.
Never.
When did you ever see when LeBron was playing, no, this nigga ain't the GOAT, this nigga is. Right? And then come back to the nigga again. No one in the history of nothing.
Basketball and that shit's different though. I get you can make comparisons, but that is different.
I feel you. But what I'm saying is, Chappelle, we can't argue. We can't argue the LeBron, Michael Jordan debate because they could never play in the same league at the same time.
And what you're saying is
He played
Chappelle
in the
played
same
in the
league,
same league, in the
With-
same
at
era,
the same time
with a lot of
in the
top
same
guys.
era.
And nobody was saying.
And nobody said nothing.
It's a fair argument, people. It's a fair
So,
argument.
Yeah, but to as I go back to Eddie again, a lot of people gonna use, hey, Life, Harlem, that shit is in the 80s. I get it, it's dope, but you're not, a lot of people ain't calling out anything from, I don't know, 2005 on of Eddie Murphy. That don't mean he ain't cold. But that also, I think, you're gonna have ebb and flows where other people pop their heads up and they might have a 3-4 year kind of, Stephen Curry, they ran that shit for 4 years. Nobody really calls motherfucker a GOAT, but he had that time.
Right. Well, I can say this, and that's why I hate that people use the term GOAT so lightly.
I agree with that.
GOAT means greatest of all time.
But is
right?
that based on tenure?
No, it isn't based on tenure. Look at Biggie Smalls. Now, we ain't talking basketball. We ain't talking nothing. That man had one album before he got killed, and he is still in conversations, right? Some people, you see the shit right away. Now, same shit with Chappelle, right? When Half Baked first came out, it wasn't a successful movie. The Chappelle Show made niggas double back and go look at that shit. The same as in hip hop, niggas didn't listen to Reasonable Doubt when it initially came out. But when he got hot, niggas went and checked for his other music, and they was like, damn, nigga, this nigga been raw.
Or Illmatic.
Yeah.
Like when Illmatic came out, that shit didn't fly off the charts.
Well, I mean, it got 5 mics and shit like
Yeah,
that.
but I'm talking about sales.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers actually put money down.
Right. So it's different because if you look at, to me, greatest of all time, in my opinion, is if you subtract something, what goes with that person, right? So if you subtract, let's just say Jordan from the equation over LeBron, right? You take away long shorts, you take away an entire how niggas dress. He was the first nigga wearing suits to games. Like, he did a lot for the sport. He was a McDonald's nigga. He was this thing. He showed niggas how to get to a bag outside
of basketball.
of basketball before anybody, right? So now you got shoe culture. This nigga sneakerheads. You erase Jordan, you erase all that comes with him. Right? So it's the same thing with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy may not have done nothing in the past, whatever, but look at the landscape of what happens if you take him out the equation, right? You take away, now, people don't know this, but Saturday Night Live was about to get canceled. He came and resuscitated that show.
Yep.
So now you add him, right? You add him into the mix. Now this show continues. No Eddie Murphy. Nothing attached to Saturday Night Live possibly exists. No Will Ferrell, no Tracy Morgan blowing, no Chris Rock. None of this happens. No, like, people don't remember. His touch goes to Robert Townsend. His touch goes to the Wayans. So now you don't have, in Living Color, you don't have none of this shit. So what does comedy look like if Eddie Murphy doesn't exist? Now that is GOAT,
Okay.
right? Now, and there's no disrespect.
It looks different. We don't know what it would look like.
Exactly, but if you going with like they say, if you look at an old movie, if you step on a roach, it can change the course of time, right?
I've never heard that one, but
No, like you know that in time travel movies, they be like, don't touch nothing.
okay.
In time traveling movies, they be like, don't touch nothing because you can alter the course of history.
Right.
Now we will never know. We will never know what would have happened without Eddie Murphy. But judging by what's happened since him, we can kind of see what it was, because Eddie Murphy created other GOATs, Chappelle included, right? His legacy led to many legacies, and that's what it is. But all their legacies stop at them.
So Chappelle, you say, I mean, your argument is 1,000% strong. So you're saying that did Chappelle not contribute to other people's success? So therefore, he can technically be missed if he was taken out of the picture.
I'm not trying to say anything like on that level, but I'm saying that if you look at it from a logistical standpoint, if you take away his role in Men in Tights, if you take away his Def Jams, if you take away the Chappelle Show, and you take away Half Baked, comedy still kind of it didn't impact other things.
It still moves. That's what I'm trying to allude to.
So and it's not disrespectfully.
Right. No, not at all.
I don't know if it's that simple though.
Not
like,
at all.
I get what you're saying. I want us to move the conversation
but that's
on. But
your
like,
reasoning, period.
When we do like, Men in Tights and shit like that, you are a product of a motherfucker sending you a script. There's the opportunity.
No. I'm not mad. I love the movie.
But I'm just saying, like, in terms of, I always just say there's more pieces to it. I don't feel like Eddie Murphy was cold in Trading Places and 48 Hours, but them good ass movies too.
Yeah.
Good ass scripts, good this. Like, there's also some good fortune of getting that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Men in Tights would have been XYZ if Eddie Murphy was in it, but there's other things I think that come into play.
But Eddie was writing that shit, bro. He was writing. He was co-writing.
He didn't write 48 Hours and shit like that.
He improv'd a lot of that shit. He didn't have lines like that.
For sure.
So most of them lines and shit that you see is him authentically being Eddie. He don't have the same script where Shawn Morgan get on the script. I got to read what the fuck on the paper.
I just like to add more to it. I get what you're saying. So
I got a question for you though, Knowledge.
Yeah.
And Mindy, please don't feel like I'm stepping on your toes.
Okay.
It's a recap episode.
Yeah.
We experimenting.
From the other side of the lens, like I'm always watching, right, and how the conversation moves, right? And everything that everyone has done has been really amazing, right? I'm always interested to know, like, what mood do you feel like the comedy culture is in right now? With everything that you're creating and that we're creating as a staff and a unit, like, where do you land right now with the comedy culture and everything that you're building?
I don't know if I'm answering the question the way that, or I don't know if I'm answering the question that you're asking.
No, and I'm asking because I feel like you're building the future. I feel like there's a renaissance coming back when you think about Black comedy.
Maybe. I won't even go so, because we don't really control it, right? Like, at the end of the day, with this television and shit like that, there are people that have a lot to win or a lot to lose, right? If you look at like Louis Carr, right, who's taking over BET, shout out, West Sider,
yep.
You know what I'm saying, Chicago. As a part of his programming, he wants to bring back comedy. So you see Comic View coming back. You know what I'm saying? I know my man Rail's working on the documentary or whatever, like, but that is somebody at the higher levels deciding that, you know what, that's good programming. People still want this. And so now, as you get those, 30, 40, 50 comics, I don't know how many episodes they're doing, but now some of those credits that were 20 years old from some really funny people become very current, right? And so now I can go book that person who killed his Comic View set, bring them to Chicago, and people come out, right? And it's not just this thing here, right? And so when you look at that, that can change the comedy landscape, but that has nothing to do with the comedians telling jokes. It's something happening at a higher level. And so when I came back into comedy, which I really didn't know what the state of comedy was, I just said, I know I want to impact it, right? Whenever anybody says knowledge and comedy, it's about Lil Rel, right? Like Lil Rel, I saw what you did with Lil Rel. I wasn't, at this particular stage, I wasn't going to put 100% of my effort and focus into one person. Mm-hmm. That shit's really, really hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sean used to call it lightning in a bottle. Like, I can't bet on catching that shit again because it's probably not going to happen.
No, it hit the lottery. You know what I mean?
It's a lottery ticket. And so but I also think whenever you're building anything, you need infrastructure. And I felt like from what I gathered, like it didn't seem to be sometimes you don't realize it during the time, but like the role of jokes and notes plays, right? The role of riddles plays, old riddles. Right back in the day, that infrastructure was going specifically for black comics. Like I had never seen black comics do and work up north as much as they did when we came back. Because they didn't. It was a few, but that was it. Everybody else was southwest and that's south suburbs. That's where it happened at. And so I simply wanted to create some infrastructure, some platforms. My man Lil Rail jumped on board and we're like, okay, how can we connect the dots, right? How can we make sure that some of these people that are not going to be seen get seen? And so it was really as simple as that. And then as we started working the podcast and Pop the Balloons coming up, like just trying to create good platforms, essentially like there was with Def Jam, et cetera. Obviously, it was at high levels, but at the level that we can create at, that was the goal.
So is your phone off the hook?
For
what you're doing, everything you just explained, like, is it knowledge, what we got going on, what we doing, festival submissions, participation, whatever it is, like that, if you haven't seen what you have built in this comedy space, you're blind. It's
Appreciate
a lot
that.
going on.
He make it look easy, don't he?
Appreciate
Make
that.
it
look
look
too
very
easy.
easy.
Yeah,
Look at the
all
squad,
the
give me
sacrifice
love.
that
Appreciate
you're making.
that.
But like, is your phone off the hook? Like, festival coming back, man, we on this. Like, what's happening?
It's not, we have a culture thing, right? So at the end of the day, you always have things that are going on. Generally, when you build something, right? Like even as an entrepreneur or whatever, nobody's going to 100% agree with how you do things. And given that creates a lot of other shit. It creates hate. It creates lack of participation. It creates a lot, right? A lot of things
1,000% understand.
that you can't really rock with because there is a audience that absolutely loves and appreciates what you're doing, right? Every time I go out, somebody tells me about the podcast. It don't scream at me through my phone.
Okay.
But they like, man, I love what y'all doing. That shit is super dope. And it's like, yo, I've never seen anything.
Yep.
But that's how, usually say like bad news travels fast, good news not the same.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when you do these things, I do feel like I'm working in the vacuum because I'm not always outside. So you don't always get the love or the appreciation. You just got to know that you are contributing something to the game. And so like with the festival coming back, when I look at this, and part of it was on me, right? But this is because, again, it's a small team. I don't know every function within a company, or I know them, but I don't know how to do them well. And you're only one person when you're putting this together. But like, we haven't done a great job of talking like the success of the festival, right?
There you go.
We've done the festival for 2 years.
Why do you feel that way though?
Because I don't put it out. I don't put it out there, and sometimes I don't put it out there for multiple reasons. Sometimes you're just moving from project to project, you're moving on to that next thing. But just to shoot out a couple of highlights, right? And then for comedians checking this out too, right? That have applied and plan to apply and submit for the festival. But one, you don't necessarily know who are in rooms, right? So if somebody from Hulu's there, they don't necessarily wear a big Hulu hat telling you they're in the room. And so you may not think that there's anybody there. It's in Chicago, seem like a lot of regular people, but you only need one person to really change the game for you at the end of the day. And so, comedians again, and oftentimes they don't want, unless they're sponsoring a showcase, et cetera, they don't necessarily want to have that this person's in the room, because then every comedian is swarming that person. They wanted to come, do their work, see what they wanted to see for whatever projects, et cetera, and then move around. But the first year we had a guy who does a lot of the comedy and controls a lot of the comedy on Sirius XM, right? And so, again, anybody knows about that, you get your stuff there. That's mailbox money, right? As they just run your comedy, et cetera. A wider audience knows you. He was here, I think, for 3 or 4 days checking out the festival, right? You had a couple talent managers, right, that were in the crowd looking at talent. Again, we don't announce them because we don't want comedians to bum rush them. But I think from year one, and we can announce this, so Reggie Kush, he's a comedian out of
Shout out to Reggie, man.
What up,
Yeah, shout out to
Reggie?
Reggie.
He was just freestyle. Well, he always freestyle.
He always freestyle,
with
yeah.
Godfrey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
good brother, man.
He's a real good brother.
Yeah.
So I think Reggie might be from St. Louis. He live in New York, Jersey area, I think. But
signed people.
yeah, signed. signed, right? So he's signed to an official Hollywood, LA-based management company, and I know he's continuing to work with them to look for opportunities.
Dope.
T. Sanders, right? Shout out to T. T
Shout out
just
to T.
T.
won the NAACP award recently. You know, if you were here year one, you heard her or saw her participate in that we had a mental health panel, right? And she kind of shared really the tragedy she went through, and she had kind of walked away from comedy and stepped away from it for a bit. And in that festival was the first time that she had hit the stage to do stand-up in quite some time, right? But you've seen within this short period of time, I can't think of the name. What's the name of her joint that she does? The round table kind of.
It's like 15 million of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything they drop goes viral.
Yeah.
Because
So-
everybody's moving in one
Something was
pace.
called Tears of a Clown, but I don't know if that was the
I
panel.
saw that one too. Yeah.
The panel
Yeah, that was
discussion
panel.
was
That
called
was panel.
Tears of a
Yeah,
Clown.
that was a panel,
But that's
but-
not her round table thing that she did.
No, around that's something different that she does with some other creatives, but
It's
that's-
funny, too.
It's funny, and that's blown up, right? We look at last year, and I'm still kind of missing some. Last year, we look at Aleta Hall.
Arleta, yep.
Right? Aleta Hall got signed by a talent management company, and I don't want to drop it now because I haven't seen her drop it, but she has some really good news and big news coming for her. But again, that was somebody who performed at the festival, was seen at the festival, signed at the festival, and now has a real situation that's coming up for her. I'm probably missing one or two others, and so again, that's what I'm talking about. I got to do a better job at it. But sometimes because we haven't been loud, individuals maybe don't know about the opportunities. Oh yeah, if you go back to, now this is not festival related, but given that Rail is a co-partner, partner of mine on the festival, you look at the opportunity he was able to give Howie Bell, right, to be an Unexpected Christmas.
Yep.
So again,
Great movie.
Yeah, Howie didn't necessarily come in through the festival, but my partner and seeing people and being in that mindset also put Tara Terry, right, who performed in this last year's festival. She's also in a movie called Haunted House.
No, she was in
That,
the same one, wasn't she?
Honey Heist.
No, I think she was in the same one, the Christmas one. Wasn't she?
No, she's in one coming up with Tiffany Haddish, et cetera.
Oh, that's
Kyle
Honey Heist,
Miller.
Honey Heist.
With Joe Blunt though.
Yeah, so that one hasn't come out, but you look at these opportunities that are being created, and again, you're not going to agree with 100% of how we do it, how we might select comics, any of this shit, because two people are never going to really have the same ideas consistently if there's 100 ideas. But at the end of the day, it's when you see that happening, that's what it was created for, right? It was created to create platforms to help people move forward, to help their careers, et cetera. And so, but the right people, as I look this year with the submissions from all across the country, so it is working and people see it. It's just sometimes those that are a little further away see the opportunity than people that are to the right or left of you because they feel like you're touchable, et cetera, where other people just see the work and they say, shit, that's something I need to rock with.
It's still room. It's so much room to still grow and do
sure.
it better. Like you jumping out here and even doing it in the first place. You know what I mean? You can't never say that you haven't done what you set out to do. There's
True
so
that.
much room for it. So y'all ready to move on and
Yeah,
talk about some of the episodes this season?
Let's get it.
Let's do it.
It's hard. It's hard because we had some true legends on the show. I know both of you all work hard on bringing the guests on the show. So we talked about Howie, we talked about Coca Brown. Make sure I get that right.
That's right. Get it right.
So I was like, that's news to me. Bruh, man, Alex Thomas.
Howie.
Man, Howie kicked it up. Like we really set the bar. It's hard to choose an episode, maybe a favorite moment.
Can I be honest?
Who wants to start?
Can I be honest?
Yes, please.
You know what? I don't like this shit. Let me tell you why.
Ah, shit.
All right.
I don't really like just being featured at the end of the motherfucking season. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I need more shine. And just,
Yeah, I'm with that.
I feel like I need to be here. You know what I
Because
mean?
you put the
For
clothes
sure.
on
For
for these
sure.
episodes today.
I feel like my first 3 seasons here was funny, man. I had some really good guest appearances.
Yeah,
You know?
I've been telling you.
We
I've
You
been
put
telling you
together
come from
tape.
behind the curtain. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga just Bernie Mac. What you scared of me, America? You don't want me to make a motherfucker?
No, but in all seriousness, my favorite episode, again, from behind the camera, definitely was Alex Thomas. 'Cause we had a lot of people in the building that day, and tears were flowing that day.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like no homo, no nothing, but that shit like
Touch.
that's yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh,
Like, damn, nigga,
oh,
trying
I
to
ain't coming
cry?
for this. You know what I mean?
What was that? Our second time that we had a guest.
Yes, because Guy Tori.
Guy Tori did. So both
yeah.
times shook me up.
Yeah.
There was around both times around family.
Yeah.
You know, we don't talk about that a lot, which we probably should, just in terms of how a comedian operates, moves, keeping families together. Sometimes a strain on cost, because you know you may not be making X, Y, and Z, but both of them touch me. But I ain't mean to. I ain't mean to
you
stop the
good,
flow.
man. Yeah. Alex Thomas for me, just from a producer standpoint, it didn't feel like we were producing the show. It really
Organic.
felt like an easy conversation and just funny shit and just really having a good time.
Yeah.
And it went by like that. And I looked up and like, we had 2:30.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I had to chop that thing down. You know what I
He
mean?
was on 10 the whole time.
Yeah. Like I'm telling Minnie, like, all right, Minnie, jump. She no, jump now.
Did we even follow the run for that show? Like,
Probably not.
It was hard.
Probably not.
It was hard. I'm gonna piggyback because I was gonna say Alex as well. My reasoning though, right? Agree with all those things. Like Alex was so smooth. Like the whole 6-man conversation that we've been having, and the whole comedy culture conversations that we be having. Alex was cool with a 6-man title. He rode with everybody. He had no problem getting behind people.
Good point,
Just
yo.
let me just get my shot.
Yep.
Let me just
Yep.
get in the video. Let me just get in the movie. And he wasn't competing. And that's what I do see. I'm not a comedian. I'm not in the culture. I'm not trying to speak from a space that I shouldn't be speaking from. I'm just saying, like, the hot sauce show we was talking about, like, everybody getting together and getting a band and let's get this show together. How many comedians gonna be at Alex Thomas and be cool with getting behind somebody else? I'm bigger than you. I don't want to get behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I should be the headliner. Like, Alex Thomas is just that person that's cool. I stand in the back, whatever. But I'm good at what I do, and you will see it eventually. But just I got a shot, and it's not. I'm fighting to be the head. I'm the headliner. I'm the most popular, whatever the case may be. So he taught a lesson in that episode for me.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Mindy.
Like
That's
I love that.
introspective shit, man.
I love that.
Absolutely. I mean, because that's, even if you think about that and you watch Alex shit, specifically amongst the comedian community, we don't necessarily care so much as consumers, but you got to be cool with being that guy. Because to other comedians, you catch shots for that type of shit, right? Like, at the end of the day, kind of call you out a little bit, talk about you. Makes you think about Dave Hellum, right? Like, Rail's driver, Beco's driver, right? Like,
hilarious.
If you're a comedian, you don't want to be called that shit. Like, you people's
1000%
drivers.
accurate.
And you just trying to soak up game, this, that, etc. But you saw how Dave parlayed that
Look at
to
the shot he got.
a Hollywood career, and somebody who's been to Hollywood and remained in Hollywood. A lot of comics are going to Hollywood, but they don't. I'm wilding. A lot of comics go to Hollywood, but they don't necessarily stay there. And so that's straight up real talk.
Yeah.
Like,
you can
calling
kick yourself
that
out of your whole shot trying to compete with everybody on the lineup.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be the 6th guy or whatever. You know
That's
what I'm
real.
saying? Like, be
That's
that guy,
real.
get your shot. Just get in there. Just put me in the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shawn, who you got, bro? Or what sticks out to you
What?
from season 4?
I wasn't here for most of it.
Well, the ones you were.
You was
the,
here
the
for
ones,
half.
the ones you watched. Okay.
You
I
was here for half, Shawn.
I was fixing my foot.
Like he wasn't here the whole conversation.
I wasn't. So I would say, I of course I enjoy Guy, and his stories. I enjoy, bruh, man. I think people don't understand how hard it'd be for me to have Bernie conversations. Like, it took years for me to even be able to watch the show. You know what I'm saying? Because most people didn't even know I knew him till he passed, and then that became a thing when I was in the obituary, and they was like, how the fuck you do that? And it's like, you know, the family thought enough for me to do that. You know what I mean? And you want to be a good person within certain whatever. So hearing stories about him and all that kind of make me relive certain things. Like people don't understand. The only time he ever seen me live, I bombed because I tried so hard in front of him, and I never got to correct that. But he did watch Who Got Jokes to support. But just hearing different stories, and then people don't understand. All of these be memories for me too. When they bring up the Tommies, and that was my man.
Charlie Murphy. It's
Like
hard for you.
Charlie Murphy. Like people don't understand. Me and him, we would talk 2 to 3 hours a day, every day. Like, and it was so weird because Bernie, Charlie, Tommy, all the niggas who I fucked with or who loved me unconditionally, they all told me a lot of this shit was gonna happen. They were so prophetic in certain things, and so that helped me brace for it because some shit I didn't understand and some shit I still don't understand. Right? Like not to double down on the what you call it thing, but just example. Corey Holcomb, he said that Chappelle be bombing and all this shit, right? Nigga on his show chimes in on me. I never said the man bombed. I never said anything negative, but you took that opportunity to come kick me, and I'm like, yeah,
Caught astray.
Yeah, so it's. So when I hear those stories and I relive certain things.
Well, you don't have to say it, not to cut you off, but let me just go ahead and you don't have to say his name. I'll say it. The Craig Smith. All right, Craig, you got to relax, my guy. All right, I'm him. Just so you know. All right,
it's a whole army over here.
It's Media Mon. It's AMON. Say what you won't spell my name right. I'm just telling you, I'm him. Look, it's recorded that you didn't have the same energy on the Corey Holcomb show, and then when my man's speak his opinion, and I quote, LOL, no, exclamation point, false equivalence. First of all, good choice of words with equivalence, all right? But that's not, that you got to be consistent in your takes, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't flip mode, and that's what I don't respect. And for the most part, I've seen you be as honest as you possibly can be. But don't come to Chicago, you know what I mean, jump on this post on some bullshit.
Well, there that go. But
no, just keep it a beam, man.
Yeah, I mean, so I say that a lot of the moments was cool for me because I get to sit back and I get to kind of go back in happier space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think that I can pick a specific moment.
Got it.
Because in a lot of these people cases, and that's why it was when people say shit like, well, who the fuck you think he is to critique and say certain shit? Like people don't even understand the ties that I have to people or the contributions I've made or whatever. It's just like with Alex Tomlinson, the 6 man thing that you said, not everybody want to be famous. Right?
Exactly.
And some people just want to be, able to take care of their families and do whatever. Not everybody wants the level that you think.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like to clicking in on my level of success, right? I'm not here for anybody's life but my own. So if you feel like I didn't ascertain a certain level to you, then you didn't ascertain that. But I'm a person who, and I'm gonna wrap it up quickly, but I'm a person who I can say this more than anything. When the Bruhmans and the Guy Tories and all these people come up here, that to me is better than a lot of that payment. Because these are people who I got to sit down and talk to, and people who I can call friends now, people I idolize, that I watched coming up because I'm a true fan of the sport. So I remember when Guy Tory didn't want to be a Tory, and when he was talking about it on the podcast, he was the infamous Guy T, a world famous Guy T, or whatever. So I remember all this shit vividly because I was there. So to have this seat and then this seat and now this seat is I say all my moments are, anytime I'm here, I have a great time because it takes me to good mental space, because a lot of times my mental space be not where people think it is, because I do endure more damage than most ships that go through the same sea. Do that
Yeah.
make sense?
I'm happy to hear that we
real.
relieve your stress.
Hey,
That's real.
what's one of your
KB.
moments that stick out for you?
Different than Shawn, but similar to Shawn, right? Like as being the founder, creator of this joint, given that it's kind of a guest heavy show, right? This is one of the few episodes we do that don't have a quote unquote guest. Anytime somebody pulls up,
Well, I'm here.
hey, I was actually about to call you out because I said this motherfucker gonna act like he a guest, so I just
That's
didn't.
funny as
But if I knew he gonna take that.
Mom said, I'm asking the motherfucking question today.
But anytime that cats pull up, right? Sometimes I got relationships with them, sometimes I don't. But the fact that they pull up, give us time, they do hundreds of pods, interviews, etc. And to see sometimes the spaces that we get in, you mentioned the Alex Thomas and those real moments, that means that homie's present while we having this conversation and this dialogue. And so that's real to me because everybody helps. You know, again, you'd love for everybody to be checking that out right now, but there's somebody who's going to check that episode out a year from now when they get up on What's Funny Today. And so when you go back, I think kind of like what Shawn said, you're going to go back and appreciate the work. Like, damn, they've been doing they've been having dope ass conversations since X amount of time. I'm just getting
Legendary
on.
guests with minimal audiences, just because niggas believe in the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
to your point, like as a producer, right? Fuck being in front of the camera. Like I love seeing people who engage,
Yeah,
right? Because now I know that we're actually speaking to someone
yeah,
in an actual community, right? So it's about building community, and people really do fuck with the show.
for sure.
Right. And for me, that's dope. Right. It makes me work harder and try to figure out some other things. Right. And have long conversations with you about
No
how
doubt.
we're going to continue to grow it. You know what I mean? But so every comment, if they haven't seen it, I have. We respond. We engage. It is necessary. And we're not just doing it fly by just cuz.
For sure. I will say to kind of call out one episode, though I'd probably say so many dope episodes, but I love having hot sauce on here.
Facts.
Right? I love
Yes,
having hot
hot sauce.
sauce. Because there are
Hot
many
sauce.
Chicago comedians definitely to pull up to Shawn to talk about jumping on the pod. They've hit me up. And whenever you have to hold people off for a little bit, they feel away, you know? So going back to Mindy's earlier question, they might feel away about like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm worthy of pulling up. And if you don't, then, you know, you might feel away. But somebody like Hot Sauce, again, all of my connection and most of my connection that people who don't necessarily know are in Chicago, they're going to kind of exclusively tie it to Lil Real. But I also ran a comedy club for 5 years, Friday, Saturday. So there's a lot of comedians I work with, got cool with, and kind of Sauce bringing back some of the memories I ain't thought about, right? Because I don't talk to Sauce all the time. I remember, you know, the Russell Simmons joint and the stand-up at the El Rey. And so when I would travel, you know, again, I might be traveling with Real, but Shawn taping, Sauce taping, like the Chicago guys taping. So you there, and you know specifically at that time, like, man, this could be the night. This could be the set that, and so you there with them, like, it's damn near like a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you roll with them. Like, they usually go, and it's just them. Like, them places ain't flying you and 4 people out. Like, you come, and you kind of be with your comrades, but comrades kind of, as you can see through the pod, comrades compete with you.
Yep.
Not that they love for you to have a good set, but they definitely want their set to be the set. And so you have somebody who's kind of down with you or whatever. So I think just talking to Sauce and having that conversation was dope. And then kind of announcement, right, as we move into season 5, you'll see similar format, but with some tweaks, right? So we're going to start to rotate some different energy in, some different people, different POVs. And so Hot Sauce will be one of the folks that you see in season 5,
That's dope.
sitting in potentially the resident comic seat, my seat, right? Doesn't matter. We just want to bring some different people in that bring some different perspectives. So congrats to that brother. He's gonna bring the hot sauce.
I'm good with being a 6-man too. Y'all can rotate me too.
Look at
I sit over there for the team. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
It is
niggas
what it
want to
is.
see that jacket again.
Y'all like this fly by me?
Yeah, I see.
Media Mon, where you want to go
everybody finna-
next? So you.
You know what? I'm interested to know from everybody, right? And I don't care who goes first, but Was there a moment where anyone or any of y'all realized, oh, this is different, right? The show is different than anything I've seen. This doesn't measure up to anything that's out here. And it could have been, let's just say season 1 through 4. But was there a moment you was like, oh, this is different than what I've seen from anybody in the comedy space?
Well, I can say this, and this is gonna probably be another clippable thing. I knew we was on to something when niggas was telling me that they were actually doing our shit on their shit. And it's been
They was remixing it?
Yeah, it's been multiple niggas that
Like the
said,
clips of the
like,
clip.
nigga, the shit you said, nigga, we talked about that on our shit. And like that happened more than a couple times. I'm not gonna go there with those people or who they are, what podcast. But if you watch us or you watch them. So that's typically how you know you're on to something. It's just like a joke, nigga. If it's funny, somebody gonna take it. So
That's dope, though.
when niggas start modeling their shit after you, but I think what will always separate us from anybody is I don't care about making it. So I'm gonna just say what the fuck. Like some people are gonna play nice because they want Chappelle to see them someday and work with him. They want this nigga to see them someday and work with him. I've already worked with these niggas and I've already done what I'm gonna do with them probably. So I can be.
That's nasty work though, Shawn. I need you to relax. You got to pause. That's nasty.
Nah.
I've already know what I'm doing with these niggas. It's crazy.
Super.
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here today.
So we are going to have a level of candidness and perspective that most people ain't gonna have because I've been around most people and I know like we this isn't tea, and I've had to explain that to people because there's been people who've asked me why I don't speak on certain things. It's like we're not here to discredit or belittle or put niggas shit out. Like we could, but that's not the point of what we're doing. We want a show that people can watch and that you can learn things about comedians that you didn't know without it being, like it's just like
TMZ bullshit.
Yeah, like Little Rel, how he handled the Cat Williams shit was brilliant.
Genius.
It's fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Like, hilarious. And that's more of the shit we want to focus on, not negativity, kicking niggas in the balls type bullshit. Like this ain't messy. That's why it kind of hurt me when people thought I was trying to be messy by saying 6 man. It's like, gee, Kobe is 6 man, bro. Like, if you don't know me, you can't judge what I'm saying. And if I'm saying a nigga getting 12 blocks a game and doing all this other shit, that's incredible shit. Mm-hmm. That's not a diss. That's not hatred. Do you get what I'm saying? So
1,000.
I think that will always be our edge is that, even Hot Sauce, he don't give a fuck. He gonna say what he feel too. Yeah. Because we understand the size of the game that we haven't even put out on this show that would be messy.
Yeah.
That's real. That's a real question too, man. And yeah, I double down with what Shawn's saying in terms of like how we built this, how we kind of put the cast together. It's gonna be many more comedy podcasts that keep coming into the space, right? There's very, very little barrier to entry to get into the pod game.
Right.
And so I knew first and foremost that who I am, I'm a behind the scene, behind the camera type person. And so I knew that I wanted to bring that sort of thing to light, right? Because if you just I didn't want a comedian bake-off where it's just 3-4 comedians here, because you're going to keep seeing usually podcasts that look like that, right? Comedians with comedians. And there is we was talking earlier, there is a bubble that anybody in any industry, you get into a bubble, right? Because that you talk about your industry, that you all are kind of experts in the industry, but you don't necessarily think about Mindy B, who's coming in, and it's kind of like she can see it, she can appreciate the camaraderie, but maybe you talking over her head, maybe it's just not interesting enough because it's comedians being comedians. And so I wanted to make sure that we provided a balance of interview. So let's give our guests some love, right? So we get into what they have going on, career history, stories, etc. But we also have discussions. You remember early on we launched, one of the first viral moments we had was, can a comedian consider themselves a real comedian if they still got a 9 to 5, right? And that's the first one that went, and that came from Resident. right? Who gave us now? He's giving us,
Of
of course, right? Nobody else is going viral but you.
I ain't never had a job. Huh? You ain't as great as me.
I never even said
You
that.
did not write even.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
saucing
in
it up.
general, like, this is what I do.
But you had, you had that element that Shawn's gonna give you, and even Shawn, like I've worked with Shawn forever. We've been guys, but I know Shawn is Shawn, right? He has unique POVs, but they ain't capping. They're well thought of. He believes that shit to his core, and I think that's why he does go viral so much, is because people see that come through the cameras, like, and you only think he might be capping if you don't know him. But anybody that knows Shawn is Shawn. And then where I can add different sort of perspectives, maybe not from a comedian lens, maybe from a business person's lens, or just a very interested party in a conversation, I add that piece, and then we add our host, Mindy B with the most. And,
Mindy B in the seat.
You bring a certain softness. You bring a level of professionalism, and you keep us kind of moving along, et cetera. And so it wasn't just thrown together, but we are going to continue to evolve and tweak. I think one of the things you'll see in season 5 is, which I know me and Mon talked about earlier, it became something a little different, but a lot more topical discussion, right? Like sometimes now it goes like interview style, which is cool, but I think we'll grab topics that everybody can kind of chime in on. That'll probably create some more dissent, right? Because you're gonna have different opinions or whatever, but we'll add a little bit more of that. I think you'll see us more segmented out too as we move forward. You'll see these different segments throughout an episode. So it's exciting shit.
I want to point out two things. So Schuler kind of makes me think of what you just said, like that just shooting the shit. It was the whole, but it was so entertaining.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And it was game. It was entertaining. Man, I was walking down the sidewalk. You know what I mean? It was just y'all chopping it up. You know what I mean? Right. That type of vibe. And shout out to him, because that was also a great episode.
That was a dope episode.
Got to bring that up. And 2, I did not expect to learn so much. Right. I came in as a carpet host. I've interviewed, I've done things, but I can't say that, or at least I used to feel like you really can't teach me nothing, because this is when I got here, like, to learn so much from all 3 of y'all individually, the different eras, how a show is ran, rooms. Like, I used to didn't know what era came before what, the Bernie era, the Def Jam era, like that stuff that I picked up watching. Yep. That's what I would say I don't get from other podcasts. And I'm not saying that the other podcasts are not entertaining, because I watch them. I watch Dion. It's hilarious, right? Yep. You laughing the whole time. But when you watch this, I'm learning something that I didn't pick up before about how comedy actually works. So
they all do what they do. They're all needed. And then to make sure we give you your flowers, you and the comedy girlfriend, Jay Nicole, because people who do not know,
that's my sister.
I was about to say some bogus shit like I grabbed him off the street. That wouldn't sound right. That wouldn't sound right.
I ain't pimping.
Yeah.
But it's class out here, man. What are we doing?
This nigga always goes 4-5 levels. But point being, you all were not comedy girls per se.
Yeah.
You talked about how we connected through a totally different project, and then you jumped on board with the festival. And as you jumped on board with the festival, you brought Jay Nicole in. And so again, I'm all about impacting. Like at the end of the day, you'll always hear Mary Lindsay because she impacted Chicago comedy so much, right? Ray Lambert impacted Black comedy so much when he tells his stories. And so it may not feel like it, and we're in our early stages, but you all are impacting an art form, right? And if you continue on with this, you're going to impact it where when you look back 20 years from now, you look at like the work, and
I don't know if I got another 20 more years.
They got 20 years there. Yeah, shit, but it's something dope. Yeah. It's something dope when you look at it. When I can look at, my man Naeem, shout out to Naeem. He, I don't know, hit me up maybe about 6 weeks ago. but he tours with Kevin Hart. He's part of the Classic Cup Boys. But I shot a DVD of his around the same time I did Shawn's back at Jokes and Notes or whatever. And so, like, he's at this level now. He's on, I can't think of the show.
Yeah, he got his own show somewhere, don't he?
Yeah, show on BET or BET Plus or whatever the case may be. But the one special that he's done was a special we did, right? And so you just started, obviously looking at Rail all the time. You just are able to see at a point in your life the impact that you've had on a number of people, and you've helped them along in their journey. Hopefully, even though this shit's tough for Shawn right now, my guess is we're going to look back in 5 years and see how this actually has impacted him positively, even though it don't feel like that right now. But if you look at voices in comedy today, let's not do stand-up, just voices in comedy that's not here, I don't think there's, and when I say here, I mean, of course, Kevin Hart say something, Dave Chappelle, people running with it, but like meaningful things that are being said, Shawn's in that top 5 list, right? From podcasts, et cetera. And there are a lot of podcasts, but I don't see, if a story is a different thing, but like somebody's point of view, et cetera, that's different. And so the impact that you two are making and going to make, I'm excited because, again, this is a space, and folks that look like us, they really do need it because the infrastructure be a little shaky sometimes, which is why it is so difficult for them to move right now. And so salute to you all.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. We happy to be here. Any other final remarks? I do want us to make sure we talk about next Sunday, April 19th. We need a lot of support there. We've been talking about competitions on this show. Hot Sauce has some great competitions stories. Shawn is another one who have won comedy competitions, and I think it's a great addition to the What's Funny Comedy platform, the What's Funny Comedy Studios. Why don't you go ahead and piggyback from that, because you're building an actual network in this whole process.
Yeah, obviously content is the name of the game, as my man Money Mon always, speaks to me upon that. And so I think that even with the live show element of it, there always needs to be some content piece, right? That could be short form clips or whatever, or something bigger. And so What's Funny Comedy Studios is kind of the name that we're transitioning in, because this is a channel that is going to push out content. And so Pop the Balloon is kind of the first major production, which is a comedy style competition. We've talked about the Who Got Jokes and things like that. And again, it's not on that sort of television platform, but shit, YouTube is as good as any right now, right? Some people decide to put my joint
They are the
there
number one
before I put it
streaming
anyplace
space,
else.
yes.
No doubt about it. And so I think the comedy competition, we've talked about it, but I just think there's a lot of, beyond the competition, because of the way that it's structured, I think there's a lot of benefit that's going to come to comics that do them, because now they're going to be thinking about 3-minute sets and 4-minute sets and 5-minute sets, but crisp 3, 4, 5-minute sets, right? That could be different than I'm going to do an open mic and I got 5 minutes. That might not be crisp, right? You go up there, whatever the case may be, but you need to be in and out, and you should think about, okay, what's going to be the strongest bit each set, right? Or each round that I get to kind of move towards. We're going to take that, and we're taking that content and we're pulling it on, we're moving that online. So we're clipping it up. We expect 20 to 25 clips coming from each episode. These are going to be, at least with the first episode of this competition, it's going to be some names that people across the country probably don't know, right? So this may help them in terms of reaching new audiences, et cetera. And so I'm super excited about that. And then the next thing we're coming with after the Pop the Balloon Fine and Funny competition is we're going to start to get back into the specials game.
Yeah.
Right. But again, providing a little bit more infrastructure than just shooting a special and saying it's out here, go check it out. That's cool. But the reality is you have to put some strategy around it to try to help it to get the most reach, get to as many places as possible. And so we got some folks kind of earmarked for who we want to tackle with some of those specials, which again will be housed on our YouTube page and distributed through our YouTube page. And so I think that all of this stuff, when we look back, it's a lot of work right now, a lot of effort, but this is 2026. I think when you look at 2030, you're going to be like, damn, I remember we were first talking about this, but each of these things is a world of its own, and it's going to have impacted so many people. And that's who I am. I'm a person of impact. Like at the end of the day, I can chase money, I can do those things, and I always want that, right? Like, we got bills to pay, and I'm trading time for money, so I need to make sure the bread is coming in. But at the end of the day, when you look back and you see the people that we've actually impacted, and if we didn't do it, they might not be there. You can always argue, but you're going to feel like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel the rail would be there. Maybe, I don't know though, right? Without those 7-8 years of my effort, my contribution, because we all know very, very funny people that didn't necessarily pop. And so again, just knowing that you are a part of somebody's journey, for me, that's dope.
I think it is too.
I gotta ask this though, right? and I'm gonna start with you, Shawn. Do you think comedians are building careers or chasing moments?
Dope question, bro.
I think that this question is going to give me a lot of backlash.
Okay.
In that time.
I think that the reason that the demographic of the game changed is because the game changed, right? Used to be a time when niggas wanted to be funny. Like, that's all I ever really wanted, right? To be able to make people laugh and to be paid for it, right? Now, it's different. You see what I'm saying? Most of these niggas just want the recognition so they can fuck and do weird shit, right? They don't care about the sport no more. They're not getting better. And that's what a lot of the like why some things are perceived as hatred and whatever is because you can call shit out to what it is, right? I even said it on here. People will cap. Like, it's more capping motherfuckers than anybody. And they're cap, but yeah, it is about it's clout chasing because clout gets you whatever and whatever gets you whatever. And because this is what they want, that is what they chasing. So I would say it's more the moment than the craft.
But
right?
if I'm chasing a moment, I'm also, quote unquote, building my career.
Well, not necessarily, right? Because
my mind is a new comic. Like, it's new to the space.
Yeah.
And I grew up, let's say I come around and I'm in the social media era, right? And I'm doing all the dumb shit to have the moment, right? And we've seen this time and time again. And then you have the moment, and then people book you, and you get booed off stage.
Right.
Right? Comedians, if you're chasing a moment, are you building a career? Like, you know, like, I just like...
No, I mean, and that's why...
Because I'm trying to understand.
You don't see a lot of them. And I won't name any of them. But, so this is comedy. Comedy is 90% likability and confidence, right? They go hand in hand. So if you're not well liked, you better be very sure in what you're saying.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's the only way it works. So a lot of these people lack the confidence, and a lot of these people lack the likability. So a lot of these comedians are phasing out that we were seeing 3, 4, 5 years ago because they're not like who said it on the show? They was like niggas just want the picture. But now after they get the picture and they come back to see you next time and you still ain't shit, they ain't coming back the third time. And
now,
this is what a lot
Chicago
of these
thing, because I feel like
to.
that's like Chicago. Chicago only respects when you leave, go crazy, right, and come back. Or is this just universal?
I think it's universal.
Okay.
Because like even when a lot of these people that went viral and they said, "Oh, I'm gonna be a comedian," right? The first couple years, they were doing pretty well. You know what I mean? People was coming out to see them, and like my man said, they was getting their picture. But a lot of them niggas are dwindling out. Even if you look at the We the Ones tours, that lineup that changed about 3 times already.
No, they had like 20 people on the flyer initially, right? Because they knew they go in different cities, everybody can't make it, whatever. But
so
it
like
was tough.
the dynamic of it has changed even with that, because there's people who the niggas walked out on, or you know once you go once or twice, like that third time, niggas like, nah, G, them niggas, you know what I'm saying? so they not really chasing careers. They happy within just, and it sound fucked up, but as long as they can get drunk and knock down some top-notch bitches, that's all they care about at this point. They're not even looking at the future. Like somebody told me about one of the internet niggas he just bought a $700,000 house off the YouTube money because he doing that well. And it's like, that shit cool, bro. But what you gonna do with property taxes 6-7 years from now if you fizzle out? Like, so you showing me that you're not building nothing for the future because you already doing dumb shit.
Or you can sell the $700,000 house. But look, why do we spend so much time? I mean, you can't.
Yeah, that's real shit.
But why do you? I think something comes through here as well that I don't think we really talked about. We spend, and you specifically spend, a lot of time talking about influencers, newer comedians. Like, the reality is, if I've been working in tech for the last 20 years, I thought about my career in year 3 one way, but I still got to think about my career at year 20.
Exactly.
Like, so everybody's still in the game. So that percentage of folks, I know it may be loud because they the people on the phone, et cetera, but Arnez J, they still working, touring, et cetera. But we act as if these people own the space. And that's, if you look at the percentage of it, they're a small percentage. It's loud again because it's all on your phone. But the reality is there's only a handful of them that's really touring that, and shit's a lot of those from here, right? And I won't call Mojo and them, but I'm talking about not whether you started as a stand-up or not. These are just people who have really caught motion online. Mojo's, Cousin Tierra's, like, they do real tours, real comedy clubs, and real numbers. But a lot of these other people, like in
they're
anything,
comedians, though.
Whatever they are, that shit's gonna all shake out. It's gonna all shake out. It's a lot of hip hop we heard that we will not be hearing this shit in 20 years. It's going to, but you can't stop it from ever happening. It gotta happen. Everybody deserves a shot. I don't give a fuck what they do. But will it last? That's part of the Shawn Morgan thing is, I was this way at year 8, but you still got to figure out, okay, at year 25, what is that? Right. And it's usually always evolution. We cannot be doing this same podcast in 2029 in this same place with the same shit, with something, because more than likely we run a chance of being a little more stale or something. So we have to think about evolution. There might be new technology, there might be new this, but that's what we have to bring to the game to kind of keep growing and shit like that. And so I just never want, in my opinion, I feel like newer comics, influencers, or whatever the case may be, they look different than they did 20 years ago, but I don't want to get them. I feel like your focus sometimes is there, but
of course it is, because I'm in it. But
there's so much more comedy to tackle.
I feel you, and I think that the main reason for that is, and no one has ever been able to infiltrate comedy. I mean, any other avenue more than they have comedy, right?
Music.
Like, nah, bro. I think nobody
Mumble
can
rap,
get
that changed the whole shit.
Yeah, but it's different though. You don't see niggas go viral and be like, you know what? I'm a mumble rap.
True.
Like we the only thing that no matter what a nigga go viral for, they just be like, I'm gonna be a comedian. And it has degraded our thing so much. And I think that's why I spend so much time talking about it, because no one else is getting this. Right? Don't nobody be like, I'm finna go to, I went viral. I'm finna go jump in a movie. Because you can't. It's a union for that.
But everything, it's like real estate agents.
Yeah.
Used to actually really have to know real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can just go get it. I might be a nice looking young lady and I go take a fire photo shoot, right? And shit, I can now download some shit off ChatGPT, memorize it, and start clipping it up and doing it. It don't mean you sold a damn home.
And you got a bunch of like fake Timberlands and Swiss beats. They make beats on TikTok.
all of that,
get
like
some checks.
the
You know?
technology. It's like with anything, technology is always going to widen the field. Like if you get on some black white shit though, like it's kind of what we needed because otherwise everything can be gate kept, right? Like if those Hollywood execs don't give you the opportunity, ain't no opportunity. Now it's like, well, I don't need them to open doors for me, and I can make this happen with the technology. But when you do that, everything's gonna get sloppier, and everything has gotten sloppier. Right? Like there's no element of life. Comedy is the world I know you're in, but in every motherfucker like me that work in tech, you better be thinking like, how might my job get replaced? And what does that look like? Because this shit is gonna continue to evolve at the end of the day. And so I want to make sure I know that we've had these conversations, but I don't know if
I'm the person who says that I don't do, and that's another reason. Like when people say, "Look at your career," like nigga, I do nothing to enhance it. Literally,
Yeah,
I do nothing.
We're at season 5. We at some point you're gonna jump. Okay, you have to.
Yeah, I mean,
We have all the tools.
I bought Final Draft software the first of the month. So I said I'm gonna get some of this shit.
You got the trial.
No, I bought it. I get a military discount. No, I got a military discount. So
Hey.
it was only $130 if you've been in the military because $250 normal. But no, I got the real Final Draft. So I'm gonna get some of these ideas and different shit out because it just don't sit well with my soul because we've sat here and I've seen multiple people say the same thing. It don't matter how good it is, just keep putting it out there. And how my brain functions, I would never do that. Like I would never put out songs just to put songs out. This shit trash, but shit, one of them gonna hit. Like there's no other industry that this just throwing shit out there is what it is. I mean, maybe movies, but even movies, people think they're good when they writing them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude thought, it's a lot of movies that they thought.
And I
would
am
be
interested in getting in your webisode, by the way. I heard your little slick comment last episode
What's
that
that?
I ain't say nothing about your webisode, and I am interested in getting in your webisode.
Listen, what I'm finna do for is the same thing I've always been trying to do, and that's to even the playing field and to show people to stop being scared and allow opportunity because you can't do everything, right? Kevin Hart is stretching himself thin as fuck because he's trying to do everything. But it's okay, bro. You can let another nigga kind of slide in and take some of that slack. Then you could be doing Ride Along 3 and he could be doing this over here. And now we got 2 black movies out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't understand it's enough money for everybody.
But you all compete too. Jordan wasn't trying to get no shine and nobody else during that time. Like I'm killing everybody. And in essence, some people go after it that way, right? Like I don't know if Kevin Hart I want all this shit kind of to come through me. Well, right? Like at the end of the day. Specials,
totally different
this,
mindset.
That,
Totally different mindset.
Well, Jordan was a winner by nature, but other people still existed. It ain't like the Bulls was the only nigga selling the tickets and no other stadiums was full. There was still Clyde Drexler. There was still other people.
He couldn't stop and control that. But
exactly.
But as much as he could stop and control, I'm sure he would have.
I can agree to disagree. I just think he knew he was good and he went out there and he was good. I don't think he tried to block. The only person I think he ever blocked was, he'll never admit to it, was Isaiah Thomas. But I don't think he really shitted on people.
He definitely did that.
I don't think that he really shitted on other niggas. He just let his Jordan soar. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you never seen him on the record like, this nigga ain't shit. But you hear conversations now that he was like, I'm gonna drop 50 on you, young blood. But he never portrayed that publicly.
But if Nike said, hey, we was gonna sign this dude or whatever his shoe, I want my shoe to move. You know what I'm saying? Push that shoe back. Like that's regular, real man business shit. I mean, again, we never gonna hear it up front.
Yeah, but that's what power does. Nike had the Barclays and the Webbers. Like Nike has some pretty.
When your man say something, your long-term man say something to you about your squad on TV, and you cut the man off. That's a certain type of personality. You know what I'm saying? So I don't just because we don't hear it, I don't think he playing sweet behind doors. Like if he has the type of power that he has, He left the Bulls, nigga, because they wouldn't stay with Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Nigga, keep hooping. You love hoop, whatever.
Right.
All Chicago, I'm done because you didn't do what I needed to do.
Well, I mean, I hear you. I hear what you said. And
I'm saying most motherfuckers that get to certain levels, they ain't sweethearts.
well, yeah, they not.
You gotta jump.
They not, but
You gotta jump.
I still think that people are.
Don't be scared.
I think niggas are just scared to share light, and I want that mentality to change.
I dig it.
Any other last remarks, gentlemen, for anything upcoming for season 5? I know we talked about switching around some seats. Any other upcoming things that we can expect for this show of season Fizz-Eye?
Nah, me and Media Mon in the lab. We cooking, and we'll have some surprises, but just more of the good shit that anybody who's tapped in with us has seen already. We're just going to keep ratcheting it up, keep tweaking it, keep changing it. And if you think that there's something that you'd like to see that you're not seeing, tap in, hit us up, DM us on Instagram, jump in the comments, whatever. We may not rock with it, but you may give us a jewel that we want to run with.
Yep. Every feedback is an opinion, so we open to y'all too.
I'm sorry, let me say this. Not agreeing with something is not hating.
Facts.
I hate that niggas have this mentality that if you don't agree, you're hating. I hate that shit so fucking much. But it's as easy as I said earlier this show. Say shit is your favorite. Don't put a GOAT tag or some definitive shit on it, and no one can argue with it.
Yep.
You say this nigga is your favorite, no one can argue with that. He's the funniest nigga to me.
Right.
No one can argue with that.
Right.
But don't make me an asshole because I don't believe that LeBron is my GOAT.
Yeah.
And I watch Jordan. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I watch this shit from a different seat. It's comedians that's been comedians for 3 years. And you hating on Chappelle because, nigga, I said the nigga great 57 times.
Yeah.
It's not hatred. It's not whatever. We embrace other podcasts, but we're going to speak from a candid space.
Yeah.
And if you don't like candidness, then this is not probably what you should see.
Yeah, it got a
because
little
this is real shit.
willy-nilly
I don't
on.
let people cap. I'm never going to let people cap. And that's the biggest part. And I think that's why the backlash that I get is because it is. Because you will try to cap and say that you've been a Dave Chappelle fan since 95, and we both know you's a motherfucking liar.
Period, point blank. I'm here with that. And our viewers, man, y'all are, a lot of our viewers are respectful. Like, it is what it is if we don't like your opinion, but you leave comments respectfully. Social media got the reposting, and it got a little bit more outside. Some of them people in them comments don't even follow, the page. It's just
like,
on there.
Don't comment and then don't follow.
with-
That's corny.
Like, at least follow us or subscribe or something,
A nigga with 3 followers said I wasn't shit.
Hey, 3 followers.
right.
Bring your ass on over.
We'll
take it at the end of the day.
We'll follow you back
take
and
it.
give you 4 followers.
We'll
You know what I'm
take
saying?
it.
So
We'll take
We
it.
definitely
go-
not following
we go-
you back. You fucking up our algorithm, bum.
This nigga said,
KB.
your life ain't shit. 3 real life people fuck with you.
Much appreciation,
Indeed,
KB.
appreciate y'all.
As
Appreciate the
always,
team.
we love what you're doing, man. Make sure y'all with us April 19th. We do need y'all help us support. It's our first comedy competition. We're going to do it whether y'all with us or not.
Big
but
bag.
we love for you to join. Shawn Morgan, man. You know we love you, man.
Sean.
I love
You know
being
we love
loved.
you, man. Media Mon, man. Keep making us great.
For sure. I
I don't know how much. I don't know how much
being
greater,
of service.
I don't know how much
I love
greater
being
it
of
could be,
service.
but we
I heard my brother
appreciate
say that earlier.
Okay.
And it resonated with me. I'm like, damn, that's who I kind of am. And I'm selfish, but how do I like being of service too? It's kind of crazy.
Love it.
It's a weird dynamic.
It's you're perfectly like. What if you don't have no problem standing behind KB? KB, you don't have no problem standing behind him.
Right.
See how that works?
That's
Now
how it
look
go.
what we got. 4 seasons in.
Pause, but yeah.
yeah, super pause. Super.
It's not just what's funny today, but it's the comedy stories that will shape us tomorrow. Mindy B, we'll catch y'all for season Fizz-Eye. Peace out.